Hey everyone, welcome back to the Severed Chains Devstream. I've got Zycronix here with me again, and we're going to be working on the modding API some more. Last week we got some basic stuff working. We got some events that were able to change enemy stats and some player stats. This week we're going to be working on additions and maybe some other stuff too. So first, we're just going to critique Zycronix's code that he has pull requested here live on air.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I messed up somewhere, but let's see.
Alright, so let's see what you got here. So what all did you change here?
Not much. I basically kept the base code the same.
Okay. Um, the addition code is pretty weird. So addition hit multiplier event. So what exactly is the multiplier?
So there's a base multiplier, and then each edition has a multiplier on top of that. So
Okay.
that's what this part's for.
So this allows you to change the base or each edition's multiplier.
Right, even I forgot. I'm not prepared.
Oops.
Let me go look at it.
Okay. I actually know this. The multiplier is what changes the damage and SP when you level up the addition. Because in the addition table, everything is static values,
Okay.
and you then that value and multiply it by that to get to the percentage to get the actual damage.
Gotcha.
Yes, I figured out why I didn't remember. It's because this mod is actually split into two. So I have two CSVs loaded for this.
What do you mean?
So I have addition stats, which has all the base damage information, and then I have the multipliers Alepri was just talking about.
Okay, I see. Okay. So, do you happen to know what all these different values here are?
We've made some very good guesstimations,
Okay.
but I am not sure, which is why I didn't want to put anything in there. I didn't want to
Gotcha.
put what I guesstimated.
Okay.
Like, the only confirmed thing for sure is the frame count. That's basically it.
Gotcha. Okay. So it looks like these new events are very, very simple right now. This one in particular is just passing the whole structure in. Um, so we'll probably leave it like that for now, um, with the caveat that we're still in very, very early territory with the modding API, and things are subject to change until we make an official release. It's the addition multiplier event is the addition ID, level, SP, and damage. So would this be per hit?
Uh, no, this one is not based on per hit. This one is based off of addition level. So you have your base addition hit multipliers, and then you have SP and damage on top of that, based on your levels. So, like, for example, double slash at level 5 would have an SP multiplier of 0 and a damage multiplier of 50.
Okay.
Right, so that's how you get the. How much is double slash? Is it 200 and? I actually
Let's
forgot.
find out.
Alright, I'm looking at the demo
What do
stats,
you mean
which
I
is why I'm
have
getting
late
confused.
stage changes? Did I not just get ignore that file? Nope. Give me the regular git ignore, please. Idea misc.xml. Why is that not being ignored? Am I missing something here?
Wait, is the data in the modding API struct just the addition table in Battle 1, or is that the outside Battle 1?
The inside battle one. I looked at
So,
the outside one, and it looks a bit, it looks a bit crazy to change at the moment.
because don't we know, like, for a fact, the damage value and the SP value there?
Yeah, we do. What was the problem? We discussed this last week. I already forgot. Oh, we needed the script engine, right? Something. It was loading some additions through the script engine or something, and that's why.
I honestly can't remember.
Yeah, but I actually have the mod built.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Let's see.
You want to send it over?
Now let me just take out all the extra stuff.
Zychronics with the spaces before your parentheses.
Hey, I thought IntelliJ was supposed to force me to use your specific code style.
It does if you format it. Okay, what are all these?
Wait, you don't put space before 4? I mean after 4?
No. Do you?
But that just looks so ugly.
It
Thank you.
looks pretty ugly with the space.
Is the way. No, 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 no. You are in the wrong here.
No. You can fight me on this.
And thus the holy war began.
And they all stopped working on the project.
The universe exploded. Everyone died.
Yep. I was gonna say, well, I'll just go back to using Vim, but then it'll be Vim versus Emacs.
I just don't like Vim in general. I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Does this still work?
Hey Chris,
Or
how's
did
it
I
going?
take out too much?
Something I noticed here, Zychronics, is you're setting the SP multiplier, or you're setting the edition ID and the level, but not the multipliers. It's probably not going to be particularly useful in most mods to have those values, but I mean, you know, they might want to scale the values, for example. So, you know, like increase it by like 10% or whatever. So we should definitely pass those values in.
Alright.
Is the outside battle table already dememulated, or is it still in the memulation layer?
What a good question. Do you know what table it is?
Oh, I can look up the address. Let me check this in the Dragoon modifier files.
113
Because if it is,
something.
that's actually an issue with in the original game the value is a short in battle, but in menu it's just a byte.
Gotcha. I think the tables that you're looking for are actually subtables of this one.
Um,
I'm going to open up Ghidra.
this addition. It's menu addition table multi. It's on X113BF7.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, that is one of the tables that's pointed to by this table of pointers. I was using Ghidra on my laptop, so it's going to have to download. Please hold. Wow, that's a slow download.
Oh well.
Most of the time, OneDrive is super fast, and then like 1% of the time, it goes at like 50 kilobytes per second.
I hate OneDrive. I use it for work. It doesn't work. My files don't sync, which is why I just use Google Drive, because Google Drive seems to at least work.
Seems to work pretty well for me. They also don't
I,
inspect your files.
I think my test mod will still work even after the changes you still made.
Yeah, the changes that I made there are only on my side, like on the engine side. The interface itself is still the same, so it should work fine.
Alright, I gotta rebuild it again. I really need to figure out this shadow jar, as it's called.
Yeah, they're a bit weird to get set up, but it should be doable with the tool that we were looking at there a few days ago. The way that you had it set up before, it seemed like every single library it was using was getting shadowed into the jar, which we definitely don't want because, we don't want the severed chains code to be contained inside of the mod jar. Oh my god, this is taking forever.
Alright, what else is wrong with my code?
No, I think it's pretty much fine. We will definitely want to change that other event to something other than just passing tables with raw values in, but I mean, in order for us to do that, we need to figure out what all these values mean, obviously, so this is just how it is for now. So you said that you have some idea what some of these are?
Electri and I made some good guesstimations like 2 years ago, but I
Yeah.
don't know for sure.
Now, question is, why are they being
Uh,
used?
we are pretty sure about some of the positions. I don't remember if we ended up porting it to Dragoon modifier.
Okay. It's really weird how it's
There are
being
some values.
used. Um, they're all just accessed by like offset rather than um, being accessed directly, which is really unfortunate.
I'm assuming because this table is split up into like 5 different tables. Like, I don't know.
But what I mean, like this array right here, like these 16 shorts, um, rather than just being like 16 individual variables, like it is actually accessed as an array.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, until all 16 can be named, which I would love to make every single hit of an addition counter and just like push back the enemy like until the edge, until you just go into nothingness. Because you can do that technically with this.
yeah. Yeah, definitely a surprise that it's coming to the PlayStation Network thing, whatever it's called. Especially after they let their trademark on it lapse. Can you tell that I don't actually own a PlayStation?
But yeah, because it was always on PlayStation 3 and then they skipped PlayStation 4. And now it's coming to both 4 and 5.
Mm.
I don't know, I still played with the original disc on my PlayStation 3.
I have a copy of the game,
The
but it's never been put into a computer.
the issue I have with like the old games running on like the PlayStation 3 and so on is that all that it does is it's just an emulator, and it's worse emulator than ones you can just, download for free.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, and pretty much every company is doing that.
Because it's an easy cash grab.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the
And
table that
it
you were
help.
talking about earlier. Um, I think you were talking about a value inside of this one here. This is like the Master Edition table. And I think you said BF7 for something.
Um,
Yeah, well, we'll see if they
Yeah,
add trophies or anything like that. I don't know how likely that is. I don't think, to be honest with you, that they're really interested in improving the game in any way. Rather, just kind of making some more money off of it.
I mean, someone made the RetroArch achievements. I wonder if they'll just steal from there.
Yeah, there you go. Um, so yeah, this allowed you to do the addition stuff that you needed, right?
Right, so
So
what
we'll
is
cross
left?
additions off the list here. Item
Because
and
we,
equipment stats, Dragoon
right?
additions, and Dragoon
No, no.
spell stats.
Dragon editions are handled in here.
Okay.
So that solves. that as well.
Oh, right, yeah. If you look at that one method that I was looking at, you can see that this table has 3 slots for characters and then 3 slots for addition or for dragoons. So yeah, same tables.
And it's just after the Master Edition.
Yeah. So item and equipment. So this is a little bit weird. Um,
Yeah, I specifically for the Japanese demo mod, I need to replace existing items because I know we were talking about that before.
so what is the reason you need to replace items?
Certain items in the Japanese demo actually has different values and different bits turned on in their special flag. Not all items are exactly the same as the retail release.
Sure, but I'm not entirely sure why you would need to replace the item rather than just having like an event that can allow you to override, for example, whether an item can be used or not.
About repeatable items, Smoke Ball is not a repeatable item in the Japanese demo.
Okay, so in that case, we can just uh, have an event for the repeat item code here. Um, so let's see. Events, characters, combat. That may be inventory package. Like that probably makes sense. What should we call this event? Um, return item event, maybe? Is that descriptive enough?
Yeah, that's descriptive enough.
Or like repeat item return event, maybe? I think that's a little bit more explicit about what it does.
Yeah, that'll work.
Um, so we need item ID and then I don't see any reason to make that private. We're going for simplicity here. Can you think of anything else this event will need? No? Okay, so we're going to have final repeat item event, um, event manager, post, So the item ID and actually we need to okay, we gotta kind of refactor this a little bit. Return item equals false. And here we say return item equals true. Oh, sorry, no. Okay, I gotta think about this for a second. So we're searching through the player's inventory. I think we want to actually invert these loops. Yes, and then we can do this. Hey Havoc, how's it going?
Even says it will be good that each time you succeed with an addition, you'll be granted bonus gold.
Sorry, what was
Maybe
that?
if you succeed with an addition, you get bonus gold.
If you succeed with an addition, you get bonus gold.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
I missed that message.
maybe one idea. You have to be exactly frame perfect for addition, so you can only click X on one frame, and then you will be awarded with gold.
Yeah, that's interesting. Or in an extension to that, the closer you are to the perfect frame, the more or less damage you do.
I mean, it's fine being frame perfect with all of the damage being on the last hit only.
Oh, that's even worse than hell mode.
How much is it in hell mode? Like 50% on the last hit?
Yeah, all final hits deal 50% of the entire edition's damage.
Oh, nice. I would never do any damage at all.
I always find it incredibly funny how people who mod games tend to be really bad at it.
Yeah, we're not modding it for ourselves.
Nope. What was it? When I made original hard mode, I actually could not beat Melbu, but I kept his stats the same. Someone eventually did beat it.
I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. Okay, so for one, rather than this being a bit set, we're going to have to switch this to a list. Yeah, okay. Now, why there's special case handling for Psych Bomb, I'm not really sure, but for now, I think I'm probably just going to leave it like that.
I I need to double check how Psych Bomb is handled in the Japan mod. I actually have not looked into that. I believe the item table is the only thing I need to double check on.
here, I'm going to put the item ID. The mind-numbing programming is going pretty well. I don't think I would call it mind-numbing though. We're doing some pretty cool stuff. And here we can just iterate over that list. We don't need that check anymore. And this just becomes item ID. Yeah, well, difficulty mod's becoming pretty soon. Zychronix's mod already edits monster stats, and we're basically the first mod that we're going to be putting out will allow you to just change basically like pretty much any stat in the game just by editing a CSV file.
I think that's the main reason why I want items to be overwritten. Because if we had to make code to overwrite items, then there's no point in the CSV.
Well, I mean, you'll be able to use the events to use the CSV data.
As long as that happens, I'm happy.
Now, eventually you will literally be able to turn the base game off. It will be migrated over to a mod. Like all of the game's items and everything. But it would be up to the user if they wanted to remove the base game mod. You haven't missed a whole lot. We're kind of just working on some more events for the modding API. Right now we're working on being able to modify items, specifically choose which items are repeat items.
We need to make the dummy burnout repeatable.
Does that actually do anything?
Yeah, it does damage. Oh,
Okay.
we need to make the beta items work. Sorry. I can't talk today.
Yeah.
What,
What do
why do
the
you want the why do you want the demo burnout repeatable when we can have repeatable detonate truck? Imagine a mod where every other move is disabled except for detonate truck, which is repeatable.
Perfect.
You have to figure out a way to add it back to your inventory in battle.
Yeah, or just make it not consume it, period. Which, I mean, we could make an event for. That would be very easy.
I just love how IntelliJ constantly yells at me that I should be making stuff final. Like, why can't that just be a default?
Well, when you have it generate code, it will generate them as final.
Yeah,
But
I
I
know,
mean,
but
if
I'm
you're
just
writing it, then
I'm just like getting too used to Rust, where if you want to change stuff, you have to specify that it's mutable.
yeah,
So it's immutable by default. That's so good.
yeah. So we can move this up here, and now we are going to return item. Item ID. Now, why are you complaining? Oh, I didn't extend event, of course. Okay, so does this code make sense? So we loop over every item in the player's inventory. Um, we check to see if it is in the list of repeat items built into the base game. If it is, then we set return item to true and we break out. Then we post the event to the modding API with that value. This allows mods to change the value, and then if it is still true, then we add it to the list. I think
Yeah,
that makes
sounds
sense.
right.
Um, so let's base mod, and we'll just listen for that new event. Repeat item return event. And then we will indiscriminately set that to true.
Now every item should be repeatable.
Yep.
I think the item I would want repeatable the most is Spirit Potion. I don't think people in the base game use that enough.
That is a good plan. I mean, it's a bad plan, but you know what I mean. So what are we gonna try this on? Let's do a night raid. Yeah, I've got one of those. And we'll also use a flash haul. Thanks, reply. We definitely will.
I actually haven't seen Flash All be used until now. Did not know it was a laser dance show.
Yep, we got them back.
Alright, I'm watching on YouTube, so it's like 20 seconds behind.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so that event works.
That will cover my smoke ball situation. I think we should do an easier one. Equipment.
While we are thinking about it, I do actually want to I want to make an event that allows you to just not use an item when you use it.
Not use an item when you use it. So
Yeah. Um,
you use a burnout and nothing happens?
I mean, like, not consume an item.
Oh, okay, yeah. An
Now,
infinity item?
where's that code gonna be?
Oh, that would be great for Shanna because Shanna doesn't have additions yet.
I was just in that code earlier. It's one of the bigger combat structures. I'm just gonna look at the commit history. Might have been in here. I think it was in here. Yes, this is it. A4. And while we're at it, I'm gonna rename this to combat menu. Yeah, here's a call to take item. So I assume that this is going to be for that. Then you type 0 as items. Yep, that's the item or spell ID. I mean, that's pretty much got to be it, right? So we will make a take item event. Now, do we want to split this by combat and field item use?
Most likely,
Or,
yes.
hmm.
Imagine having an infinite charm potion, but not infinite in battle.
True, true. Okay, so I think I want to hook this right into the take item method so that it's always fired. No, you're going to offer me a quick fix for tail end recursion and then not actually do it. I'll fix that another time. Okay. So yeah, I think we want to fire it right there. Okay, that's easy enough. Now again, we'll just test this. Oh shit. I just realized that I committed the repeat every item to the repository. We'll fix that in a minute.
I don't see a problem with that.
What is the item ID for Frozen Jet? I want to try one
Uh,
specific item.
oh wow, oh no, there it is. I thought I closed my uh, code list. Frozen Jet is F3. Did you want that in decimal?
Nope.
Alright.
Alright, so first we will use something that is not that. Yep, that's gone. Make sure it's not down there, it shouldn't be. Okay, now let's use Frozen Jet. Physical attack barrier, joke's on you, I've got unlimited magic.
Everything is just slightly off. Like, the physical barriers just needed to come forward a bit more, you know?
Yeah, there's something going on with the Z offsets of a lot of stuff actually. Um, you can see a lot of effects rendering in the background. Everyone gets Frozen Jets.
You are having fun with this one.
Aren't you? Okay, let's make sure that we still have that item. Oh, it's going to be in the list. Okay, so we don't have the first one, but we do have the Frozen Jet, so that works. Cool. Just in case for some reason someone wants to do that.
I will definitely make something when I implement Hell mode.
Yeah.
Psych Bomb S or Psych Bomb Infinite.
Yep. I think we are going to need a few additional parameters here. Because obviously I don't think we want to run this code when someone is trying to drop an item.
Mm, yeah, no.
or you need a flag to say that the person was trying to drop an item. That is going to require some more fundamental changes because we'll need to add some parameters to the take item method, etc., etc. So let's leave this as is for now. I kind of just want to um, like define the surface area of the API, and then down the road as is needed, we can add the additional features to these events.
Yeah, sure. We'll need to talk to more modders to get the full features of all of this
Yeah,
eventually.
for sure. Take item event. Okay. So you want item and equipment stats next?
Yeah. Did you know Armor Legend and Legend casts don't have their half damage flags? It's just 127 flat defense or magic defense.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think one time I made a crazy screenshot with Shanna maxed out with everything, and she had like 360 magic defense or something.
That just seems excessive. Okay. Right. We're doing stats.
Yeah, well, the Japan demo is kind of weird. I think it's still easier than the base game, but yet they
Why is
wanted
that?
you to be like a lot of the defense values are halved, so monsters' effective HP is technically lower than it is compared to retail.
Gotcha.
But then they also give a lot more EXP, which doesn't make sense because the game isn't hard to begin with, even in the Japanese version, where you would need to justify being like level 50 at the end of the game.
Okay. Yeah, okay, this is where it is loading the character equipment. Now, how is this being used?
This looks familiar.
Yeah, it looks like that's all being loaded in here. Now, what is this? Okay, that's loading the battle object. Okay. So I don't think we need to do anything there. I think it's all going to be right here. Now, what is going on here? Copying the equipment stats into another table.
Oh, I was wrong. I found what I posted. China had 509 magical defense.
Okay, that's really excessive.
I'm actually going to repost this in the Discord.
Yeah. Yep, 509 magic defense on Shanna. You heard it right. Okay, so what do we need out of these values?
Everything.
So the two attack values, is that just, are they both just simply added?
Yes.
Okay,
Is that equipment? Yeah, it's added.
okay. So rather than separate those out in the event, we'll just have those combined together.
I actually wonder, do I have the stat table dumped from the demo? So I wonder if that's ever used. We know it's not used in the retail version.
It is actually used in the retail.
Wait, what
There's
item?
there's one ring I think that uses it.
Alright, time to look at Dragoon modifier. Let's see, what was it used for?
I think for the tables I just made it into a single value.
Oh.
But let me check.
What is this value that's just called equips?
It's who can equip it, I think.
Oh, yeah, this must be the exact table we have. 2C in length or something, right?
Um,
Oh,
it is
oh,
1C in
either
length.
OC or 2C.
1C.
Oh, it's 1C.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. I knew there was a C, I just didn't know if it was a 1 or 2. Because I think character stats are 2C. Every character stats are 2C
Yes,
and
yeah.
memory address away from each other.
Memory.
I can't decide if I want to spell this with 1P or 2. Someone make the call.
1,
1P?
right?
I mean, neither of them are real words. Alright, 1P it is.
It should be one. It's sometimes done with two, I think, but like one is correct.
Let's see if the
There's no
Googles has anything
reason
to say.
to.
it it says yes, either of them. Okay, we're gonna leave it with 1p. Adding it to the dictionary. It's fine.
I just confirmed in Dragon modifier we called it who equips.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I do have the demo equip data. Okay.
Should we include these unknowns like O2 here?
I'm pretty sure we have everything mapped out.
Alright, well, if you know what they are, let me know.
We don't have O2 and we don't have O. We have the first one for sure. That's the flagged one. O2 we do not know what that is. It doesn't seem to do anything in the game. Let me check if we have O9.
Let me check my table as well to
We do
have that
not.
side.
I should move this so I can watch both windows at the same time. There are two different specials, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm seeing how they're used so I can see if we can collapse these into one thing, or if that will cause issues with
It's
how
actually
much the
better
disc
if it's
uses.
split into multiple values.
I'm not convinced about that. Why would it be
In
better?
Dragon modifier, there were things that you had to do. It's because they are all calculated of a single. Actually, these are fine. Yeah, these are fine. We need the special amount split per
This is an
per
event,
effect.
like we can make it however we want and then just map it back.
Well, you can't really. It's very hard to do. But
I disagree.
I don't mean like hard. It's just like tricky because
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the code right now and it's not going to be hard, so.
yeah, I'm thinking about stuff in the menu as well.
We don't have to deal with that. Like, we just have to change a couple of flags right here. It won't change anything downstream.
But yeah, like the issue we had in Dragon Modifier was we wanted to have an equipment that had a different amount of I think it was a SP gain and MP gain on hit or something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
And this just doesn't allow you because the multiplier is one value for all of the things. So if you wanted to have per se equipment that gave you 20% max HP and 10% max MP or something like that, that wouldn't be possible because the special amount has to be one value.
Oh wait, no, we have
Well,
heal
no,
ring.
the special amount is loaded right here. Um, and yeah, we can just change that to whatever we want. Like,
Oh
we
wait,
can
no,
just, this is where the special amount is used. This is where we're firing the event. We can change it. We can split those all out.
Yeah, it was for
very
sure
easily.
heal ring. We were having this issue with because it heals HP, MP, and SB, and I don't think we couldn't do that without code.
Yeah,
Because
you wouldn't be able to
basically,
do it without code, but we can do it
yeah,
right now very easily. So let's do it.
Honestly, I would feel better if it was just value per each
Yeah,
instead of the flag.
that's what I'm gonna do here. I think that's a much saner way of handling it. Okay, so we'll do special after.
By the way, Corey, do you know when exactly are the GL create capabilities called?
Yes. You can see that in the context here. That's right there, and that happens basically as soon as the GPU is started.
Because I'm currently running into an issue where looks like the unpacker is already unpacking files before that is called. Getting
Probably.
and that's an issue for the Opus encoder. It needs the capabilities to be set up before it can do its magic.
It needs the OpenGL capabilities.
Yeah. It needs the well, the GL it sets up more than just that. It seems.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm looking at like 3 different threads that mention that gl.create capabilities has to be run before the opus starts working with the
Isn't
exact error value.
isn't Opus just for encoding the audio?
It is, but I don't know why they just say that it's required.
Okay.
Actually, I might be able to call that from the
Well, so what happens if you're
AL
not
create
using
capabilities.
OpenGL? Because you don't have to use OpenGL. I'm
It
calling
just prints a
some
very
I'm calling some manner of bullshit on that. Cause like you don't even have to have OpenGL included in your project, right? Like what if we were using Vulkan or what if we
it's
weren't rendering at all?
I have no idea, but it's the same error line that is being maybe I can try and do something about it. Oh great, this thing mentions a solution and it's in French. How lovely.
Hey, Illipra.
Hey,
You were transmitting static.
oh yeah, it's because it's boosted to oblivion.
What'd I miss?
What did you miss? We've been working on the modding API for equipment and items.
So most of the community is really into modding the current files and everything. Is it possible? I'm just asking. Is it possible to mod out text files, like the text boxes that pop up?
Yeah, there's already a couple of mods for the base game that do retranslations and stuff.
Well, it's not that like I'm retranslating it or anything. It's just that I want I just want the text boxes completely gone. Reason being is I'm the mad lad that is trying to put together like an abridged series of Legend of Dragoon. And like I have editing software so I can edit things and everything, and I also am an amateur voice actor, so I know how to do a lot of different miscellaneous crap. The one thing that's been eluding me is being able to edit out like text boxes. That way like the text doesn't show up for like certain scenes that I need.
In order to do that, you would need some code changes. It is possible.
Alright.
But yeah, you would definitely need to do some not trivial, but not out of question changes.
Okay.
You would definitely need to use severed chains for that, not the retail game.
Okay. So how would I go about acquiring severed chains out of curiosity?
It is free and open source. You can just go to the GitHub page,
Okay.
which is linked on the organization website, legendofdragoon.org/project/severed-chains.
Okay. Dragoon.org/severed/chains.
Dash chains, sorry.
Dash chains, okay. 404 page not found, whatever. Alright, so...
It's on the site somewhere.
Yeah,
You need a link? I'll give you a link.
I'll find it eventually.
That was... Drew, that sounded strangely confrontational. You need a
Sorry.
link? I'll give you a link.
I was being proactive.
Very proactive.
Hey,
Well,
Tony, help me with this.
Hey, Tony, I need you to come help me with this so we can get our friend Johnny and his friend Vinny will come over and break your legs.
Thank you. Got some Italian support here.
It's less the Italian, it's more, you got the mafia coming in to give you some advice. Capisce? You know what I'm saying?
There's your link.
Dankeschön, mein Freund.
Asterisk, confrontationally, asterisk.
Did you just send it to me, or did you post it in a specific thingamadoodle? Because my big thing is if I can get this off the ground, that would be amazing. Oh, and Drew, remember the whole shtick of the idea that Dart couldn't read?
What about it?
I rectified that he couldn't read this translation because everyone knows the whole translation issue from Japanese to English.
Okay, now I gotta set every single one of these.
Okay, extracted those. Alright, so that's whatever. I'll figure that out later. Because the only other thing I can think of doing is like zooming in to where the text boxes don't pop up at all. But that like cuts off a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it with some code changes. It'll take some work, but it's doable.
Ah, yay.
You'll need to add stuff like auto text advance and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and all the stuff we're gonna have to split out. Alright, so attack is just the two attack values added together, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. MDF hit, M hit. And now we need to bust out all these, the special flags. I don't know why they did this in a loop. It seems kind of silly. Make sure I'm getting these all right. Magical hit, then... Yeah, I reversed those, didn't I? Magical hit, then physical hit. Okay. SP multiplier, physical resistance, then magical immunity, and then physical immunity. Then we just do the same thing with the second table. MP multiplier, HP multiplier, magical resistance. These all seem to just be in a completely random order. SP regen, MP regen, HP regen, and whatever 56 is. Zychronic, Celepri, do either of you have any idea what this last special flag is?
Wait, which one?
It is Special 2 Flag OX80.
Special 2. Let me see.
There are no references to it in the code, aside from being used by the script engine potentially. The script engine is able to access it. I'll say that. Whether it does or not, I don't know.
Was it for Dragon Buster? I'm trying to remember. I think we do have it somewhere. Let me see.
I can give you the battle object offset that it's loaded into as well. Maybe you have it there.
Alright, I found it.
Yeah.
Uh, was it the last bit?
Yeah, it's the high bit of Special 2.
Wait, okay. Special 1 is MP on magical hit, SP on
I
magical
do
hit.
have every other one except for that high bit.
Alright, Special 2, MP multiplier, HP multiplier, uh, half magic resistance, revive, SP regen, MP regen, HP regen.
Yeah, so you don't have the last bit either.
No, we should. We have all of them. Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
you
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, we don't. We don't. We don't have a value of 128. Yeah. Never mind. It's not
um,
used.
it is used.
I don't think
It's
we have a item with it.
okay. In that case, can you check a couple other things for me?
Sure.
Um, so the active character stats table, which is hex A0 bytes long, do you use that table?
A0 bytes long.
That's where the equipment stats and everything is loaded into. It
I
looks
don't
like
think we do.
this.
Alright. Give me 20 seconds to catch up with the screen. Oh. I don't think we have this, no.
Okay, it is kind of like an intermediary table, so you might not have it. Um, but I can also give you the address that is ultimately loaded the battle object into. It's offset 132 hex. See if you have that in the battle object.
132 hex in the battle logic. Let's see.
Okay, so we don't need to do the double down on the attack anymore. This is kind of interesting. The low attack value gets loaded into a specific value. Um, you know how there's the two different attack values, right?
Right.
The low value gets loaded into a different variable, and the high value is not added onto it.
Ooh.
So maybe I'll give you another battle object thing to check out too.
Wait. Hold on. Because
Yeah.
battle object starts with the battle script pointers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
It's the 27C byte struct.
and there's 12 pointers at the top? Because I'm just trying to figure out how to translate these addresses. Because
Um,
base address was HP. So like the first battle script pointer is minus 108 hex.
You missed 8 bytes at the start of that struct. HP is offset 8.
Oh, just for like Dragmon, HP is our offset 0. So everything's based off the HP address.
Okay.
So I'm just figuring out how to convert it, because we do have... Maybe it's easier if I just send you what we have.
Yeah, sure.
The thing is it everything in the entity class, or... Okay, it looks like entity class is shared by both, and then we have characters and monsters separated. Alright, I will DM you. 1 second. I will just send you the 3 files. Might be easier. Oh. So that is everything we have on the battle objects. It should be right at the top.
Okay, I gotta figure out how exactly this is laid out. Okay, entity is not it.
Entities like the base we use that has values shared between monsters and characters. So all 3 combined are the entire battle object.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see you're jumping offsets here, they're not in order. Okay, so...
Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out the start, because then I would need to calculate where it would be.
Yeah, so it would be 130 minus 6, that should be A. My hex math is not super strong. Yeah, 12A. Okay, I don't see it in there. Yeah, I don't think you have it. Now let's see about this other value. Should be offset 20 in yours.
20.
I don't see any plus 20s.
No, I don't either.
Okay. Well, let's hope they aren't used.
They're probably not. Or maybe they are used and just they don't do anything.
I'm gonna set this to the full attack value, and we're gonna hope for the best. Now it's an unsigned byte, so I guess we'll just and it. This used to just be the low attack value. Since we aren't using 2 values in the event like the old table did. I don't know if it'll work. That's fine. Everything's fine. If it breaks, we'll know. What's the worst that could happen?
We find something that is unknown in retail.
Yeah, there you go. We make a discovery. My 2G says crash counter activated.
Battle is very hard to crash in. Well, if you're editing values within the battle object, it's very hard to crash it.
Well, that's good. Although, Severed Chains is intentionally much less tolerant to invalid values than retail is.
Does Maru's Dragoon Edition finally work?
Yeah, I fixed all of the Dragoon issues earlier today, except for Hashel's Thunder Kid, which is a very, very strange problem that I have no idea what the problem is.
Yep, Hashel gave us trouble with Dragoon Modifier 2. He is a special case.
Yeah. There's something really odd going on where he just starts allocating script states and never stops until it overflows the script state stack. So
Even in the code, they were trying to tell us that Hashel is Dart's grandfather.
yeah. As far as I could tell, it wasn't a retail issue. But that being said, stepping through scripts in an emulator is like as close to impossible while still being possible as you can get. So it's kind of hard to say. Maybe if we include these, someone will screw around with the modding API until they figure out what they do.
I think I did try editing every single value
Yeah.
possible when I'm creating Dragoon Modifier, but I didn't find that they did anything. Because what I would do is I would zero out everything, and then I would start sending things by one, and trying to figure out what they did. And if they didn't do anything with one, I would set them to 127 and then 255.
Okay.
And if it still did nothing, I just left it as unknown.
You just gave up, pretended it didn't
Yeah.
exist. Okay. So we're going to need to reconstruct these special flags, because they do get used here. Whether they are actually used, again, I do not know. But just to be safe, we'll do it. So what's the easiest way to do this? So I guess it will be if event.mp per magical hit is not 0, then we OR with with OX1, and we're just going to need a giant chain of these. SP per magical hit, MP per physical hit, SP per physical hit, SP multiplier, physical resistance, magical immunity, and physical immunity. Now we just need to set these to the right flags. And we can basically just yeet this abomination and only keep these. And these all get to set to their own values, so we can finally make items that have different stats at the same time.
Finally, I can add heal ring without adding code.
Exactly.
So we have an item for Dragoon modifier where it will heal 7% HP, 7 MP, and 7 SP all in one turn.
Nice. Yeah,
And
that'll
we
be
would
super
not
easy
be
with
able.
this.
Yeah.
But then you just have to worry about naming it.
Exactly.
Actually putting a Dragoni plant in the game.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, come on, stop pressing wrong buttons.
Here's a stupid question. Would it be possible to make Dabas have a shop? Like, by my meaning, when you talk to him, you can open a shop menu.
Um, that will probably need scripting support.
Yeah.
Um, definitely not a no, but also not really a right now. It might be doable right now with some hackiness, but yeah, I don't know.
That way, you could have a shop for mod-only items.
Yeah, for sure.
It would make sense to be there.
Yeah, we could probably add like a special handler like workaround or something like that, but doing it the proper way right now would be probably a no-go.
Just something to pin for the future, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's definitely something we would like to be able to do is, you know, add shops to any NPCs.
And the only reason I even brought it up is because I just heard that the creation of an item, like, well, here's another. Potentially better weapons, but not in the sense of just better weapons, just weapon, a better elemental weapon than what you get early game.
Um,
Uh,
that
like
is
Twister Glaive, uh, better spirit that still has that tied to it.
that's kind of already possible.
Is that a tag? How is that treated?
Basically every piece of equipment has like flags for like what elements it does. What we're doing right now actually allows you to change all of that stuff.
Okay.
So like with this code that we're adding right now, that's possible.
What also would be kind of funny is if Soul Eater, uh, I believe that's the name of the sword, um, that would deal dark damage, so Dart would actually be able to deal dark damage.
Yeah,
That'd be a little weird.
that would be possible, wouldn't it, Zychronics?
Partially, I think. Because I'm not sure if it's hard-coded that you would do fire attack damage in Dragoon mode.
In Dragoon, yeah, I'd see why to stick it to the same.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Heat Blade. Because I usually use Heat Blade with Dart. Never mind. Dragoon attack doesn't have an elemental attack property.
Really?
So it should be fine.
Oh,
Yeah, I should try that right now. Equip Dart with a water weapon and see if he actually decreases his damage in Dragoon Special.
ooh, that would be crazy if that reacted that way, and I would actually like that.
Yeah, check that out. I'm kind of curious.
Alright, I am checking it out right now.
That'd be crazy if the system already did that. Or if only interaction with the object it's reducing. I
Live
don't know how the code works. I'm just trying to use my brain in ways that you guys are probably like, that's stupid. But wait, let's try that.
You know what? Fair enough.
Sometimes it takes someone who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about to be like, make it, all the scientists go, maybe he's onto something. Maybe this idiot's around for a reason. The helpful idiot.
Exactly.
The idiot savant, as it were. That's the word I was looking for.
Alright, let's try this out. That was what, equipment stats event, I think it was. Yeah, okay. So let's give it regen on everything. I wonder how the game is going to handle that.
It should handle it perfectly fine.
I mean, just like rendering the numbers.
Oh, I actually tried, because you can set these values to negative. It does not render negative numbers, and it made me sad.
Oh, well, we'll have to
Because
fix that.
I have a sword for Dart. It's called Spirit Eater. It takes away 35 SP. And, it doesn't show up even though it technically would work.
Well, let's fix it. Oh, that is character index already, not character slot. I'm trying to go through
How
and change these all to character ID to make them less ambiguous.
how does it treat item use by enemies? Does it treat it like a spell without using an MP gauge? Or does it treat them as it has a certain number of items in its inventory or something?
They
Or does it
definitely
just
don't
do it?
have inventory. I think they're all attacks. Either Zychronics or Alepri will have to Oh, the leopard's gone. Okay,
Oh,
Zechariah,
that
that's
move
on you.
makes sense. It's just an attack. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, one research thing at a time, and I will forget this, which you will need to repeat after I'm done with the water blade.
Alright,
Brainstorming.
well, Rose recovered a bunch. Yep, seems to be working.
How much SP did you put?
I only put 7 for each. I don't know
Because,
why
like,
they're gaining so much health. Or is health a percentage?
health is a percentage, but SP, I forget if there's two, because I believe SP regen should be flat, right? Because Spirit Ring gives you 20
Yeah,
flat
no,
SP per
it is
turn.
flat, but they're getting 35 because I have it on everything and they have 5 pieces of equipment.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, that's working fine. So if it's a negative number, it just doesn't render at all?
Yeah, like, I think the only negative number that renders is HP because of Soul Eater. It, like, triggers the function to render the damage, I guess.
Would and poison should work the same, right?
Oh, yeah, that too. But, like, what if I wanted to subtract SP? That's
Well,
where my main
we're gonna
problem
fix that
is.
right now.
If anything, Dragon Block Staff should subtract SP.
So yeah, it's just showing up as 0. So we will adjust that.
Okay, yeah. How do you put a negative in front of it? That's going to be some weird code to do.
No, it just uses the standard text rendering code.
Oh,
Shouldn't be too hard to figure out.
alright. I have my table loaded up for the water blade. Let's
I
see.
guess you could call it D level down instead of just level down.
Yeah.
What if it did D level up as well? That'd be insane. It'd be like, oh, thanks. Jesus. Also, speed up and speed down, it could do it instead. Because I hate just it doing your level. Be nice if it did all different effects.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff happening once people start getting their hands on the modding API.
Alright, the water blade test result is almost in. Just in a few seconds here. Let's see. Yep. If you give Dart a water weapon in his Dragoon special, he will deal half damage. What else did you want me to
Wow.
try?
Interesting.
That's crazy.
There was something else you wanted me to try.
I don't remember what that was. It's fine. My 2G said, how about a flag for scaling attack with character level? That would basically be like a 2-line mod if someone did want to write that.
How do we make it per character? That's what I'm wondering, because I've been wondering that too.
Well, all these events get the character ID as a parameter, so you just check the character ID.
So, okay. How would that appear in the main stat screen? Because, like, oh, Dart's has 150 base thing, and I want an attack weapon that gives him 50. But then you go over to Shanna, and the amount's different.
Right now, there's not really any good way to read game data, but there is a lot of stuff that we will want to expose via the modding API. How we want to do that is a good question. But yeah, that's definitely something that we need to discuss.
Yeah, I just want the speed meta to be have an equal partner. Well, I couldn't figure out how to do percent items displayed properly.
Percent items?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
This attack badge gets 30% attack based on the body stat of the user.
Oh,
So
okay.
everyone should have a different value based on who's equipping what.
Yeah, I mean, you should just be able to take the current stat and, multiply it by 1.3.
Speaking of that, though, there's another equipment table, right? Or did that one we do have icons? I already forgot.
I don't remember.
I don't think it had icons in it. Maybe that's something to de-emulate.
Yeah. Um, we definitely want to de-emulate everything. Deciding what we want to do is definitely, whatever is the most important for the things we're doing at the time. So, if there's something that you need to change in those tables, then yeah, I mean, now is as good a time as any to do it.
No. The Japan demo doesn't actually use the unused icons. I just thought of it randomly
Okay,
while we were discussing.
gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I do want to add the unused items for sure.
Oh, speaking of, okay, I was checking the Japan demo equip data, and there is a item that has a value of 50 in attack 2. The second attack field, but it's not used because it's blank. It has no name. But it has a value of 50, so it was for something.
Okay, that's weird.
And judging based on the icon, it was a ring of some sort.
Gotcha.
Yeah, oh, yeah, my two deeps. You can technically change the weapon attack from flat value to a multiplier value like additions.
Mm, I
Probably, yeah.
don't think we could do that with what we have right here. Um, but that's something that we do definitely want to be able to do. We'll definitely want to keep that in mind.
Hmm.
Um, Actually, I'm not 100% sure this is using the standard text rendering.
Are the This is going to be a real dumb question. I know each part of an edition is a separate model. Is the animation separate from the model? Or is that too hard-coded into each other?
Well, all of the models are the exact same, actually. They're just copies of each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, all of the animation files are separate.
May I have
That
say?
makes me happy to hear.
What was that, Doom?
You could just mix them.
Oh, sorry, Orion. I want to
Right.
tell something. If I may. Not all the models around the game are actually the same for additions. That's correct. Yeah, they are the same. But for example, in effects like Dragoon spells and others, maybe the models are a little different. Um, so I'm checking. In most of the cases are the same. Yeah,
Okay, but there
but
are some that are different.
yeah, I got some of them different. Also in the cutscenes, in battle cutscenes, some models have different positioning for the primitives, clots, and texturing information. So,
Okay,
well, that's something that we have to keep in mind in the
gotcha.
moment of change. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so it sounds like for additions, all the models are the same, but that doesn't apply for certain other things like cutscenes and stuff.
If I recall, I don't know where I was watching or who I was watching, but it was very recently. Upon leaving, just after the bridge, just during the jumping the bridge scene, leaving the prison the first time, it looks like Dart was wearing his beta model, like the orange armor instead of the vanilla red.
Interesting.
I don't
Uh,
know if somebody had messed with their stuff or if that was just.
Mm,
It was the first time I'd ever noticed that, so I was like, "What?"
No, that's in
I knew
retail.
what that model looks like, and I was like, "I saw orange. That looked like that." Because Dart's on the very edge of the screen in that moment.
yeah.
So I'm like, "Wait, did I really see?" So maybe check
Oh,
that.
what were you saying, Zychronics?
It's the beta model of Dart and Shauna.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay,
in
dude.
retail. There
Thank you.
is
I was right.
two maps that use the Dirt beta model, and that's the beta version of Cells and the one where you're escaping Helena with Levitz and Shanna.
Well, there you go.
It's not wrong. I wasn't even looking at Shauna though. I didn't even look at her. Who looks at
Oh,
Shauna? She's just the sister. What do you mean?
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't use the same code for rendering the numbers, so we might have to do slightly more than I wanted to have to do, but I mean, we can do it. It's fine.
another time,
Yeah, we'll do it another time
perhaps.
for sure. That can be future stuff. Julio
Are we?
Pinedo says, "What is this witchcraft?" This witchcraft is Severed Chains, which is a reverse engineering project.
Yeah, the
Basically,
beta
this
sword
is
has like the white guard on it.
the source code for Legend of Dragoon, or well, what I have translated from the assembly code.
Oh, Doom, can you tell me what? I think it was like the earliest Severed Chains or something. I can't remember. But Dart was like in full red armor.
That was due to UV mapping issues.
Okay, because I was like, I do not like this.
That was a bug in server chains. All
Did
right,
not like it
so
whatsoever.
that is our equipment stats. Is there anything specific that you want to test, Zychronics?
No, not in particular anything.
Yeah, we've confirmed that we can split off the different special variables. That seems to be working just fine. Um, yeah, that'll let you make basically equipment with any combination of stats and special effects. So that's very good. That adds a lot of possibilities.
Maybe my brain is messing with me, but does the beta sword show up during the Divine Dragoon transformation? Isn't there a weird thing with the sword, his sword?
Yes, yes, it does.
Okay, thank you. So like my brain's like firing, and I'm like, please tell me I'm actually not going crazy.
Hey Justin, how's it going?
When a game's supposed to consistently do one thing, and then something goes out of place, and you're like, wait, that just made that just one time? And you're like, maybe it's supposed to do that. No.
Alright, so item stats.
I still remember when I was playing Fallout 4 one day, and I just teleported somewhere, and then I was seeing all the terrain and like bushes and stuff, different colors, and I was like, "Oh shit! I loaded alpha version. Oh no, oh no, it fucked up." But it was cool to see because I'm like, "This is what it looked like before."
Yeah.
Cool. Why is that blue? Why is that bush blue and that bush green? What's the distinction? Like it was all these, there was reds and stuff, and I'm like, I wish I had a prompt or something that would explain. But then after about a minute, everything loaded back to normal, and I was like, oh, now I miss it. I got some inside baseball, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, you saw how it's made. Okay, so we gotta figure out where the item stats get set here. These are character stats. What tables are we going to be looking at here?
What'll drive you real nuts is when you're playing Legend of Dragoon on an emulator, and then you stretch everything, and you're like, oh, the pathing doesn't match the pathing anymore because it's a baked-in image.
Yep.
That shit's fun. It's like that's probably smart to just create the pathing on a baked-in image. It's all good. Probably saving them a lot of time. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Zai, do you know where exactly um, the stats you're looking to change are for the items? What table it is? You still there, Zai?
Oh, hello?
Okay, I
There
can
he
hear you
is.
now.
Okay, yeah. Just give me a minute to go through the code here.
Sure. I think I actually found it here. The OXC item stats table has target element damage, special 1, special 2, more
Yep,
damage. Yeah, it
that's the table.
looks pretty similar to the equipment table. Yeah, so let's see here. Where is all this stuff used? So here we're just getting icon, target, item stats in general. Okay, so its usage is a bit fragmented. Um, this is set temp weapon stats, but does does item equipment exist in the item table?
Yes,
Okay.
items and equips are technically in one table. In the S battle, off file.
Is that going to cause us issues here? Because yeah, we did the equipment stats on the other table, but then if you look at this method here, it is also setting things like damage. Or would this only be used for items?
That should only be used for items, but I don't.
Like item magic, I mean.
Oh wait, actually, let me double check. Is it in the same table? Hold on. Actually, yeah, it is. I don't even need to check. If you equip like a psych bomb, it'll give you like 999 weapon attack or something.
Gotcha. Okay. So, are we going to have to do something with the equipment event in this method here, or is this only for item magic?
Doesn't the game have code to say, oh, if this item ID is above 192, it's considered an item?
What a good question. Like if I was to say like look at this item table here, 4F2AC, is there stats for equipment in there?
Uh, Actually, yeah. Let me check while I have the emulator open.
Okay.
4-2, what was it?
4F2AC.
4F2AC. 4F2AC. Ah. Thrown item table is what we have it labeled in Dragoon modifier, and it is separate from the equip table.
Okay. So that's just item magic then.
Yes.
Okay. Then that is totally fine. This does probably need to be renamed.
The table's probably just overloading with.
Yeah, okay, so this is item or spell ID, not weapon ID. Okay, so that's fine. disaster averted. Yeah, that was that method. What does this method do? We got percentage, so this is for using an item in the menu. Yeah, this gets the target. Okay. So checks to see if the item can be used. That's just the icon. Cast that. So where else is target used? Okay, that all makes sense. Okay, so I think we'll want to do a couple of different events here. One would be for using a magic item or spell. And the other would be for using a healing item.
Oh, why would they be separated? Or is it just because?
They're handled in very different ways. Like if you look at the stream, you will see.
Oh,
For
yeah.
example, this is how item magic and spells are handled.
And then yeah, there's another method below, or is that no? Never mind.
This is something different. This is for the Dragoon spells.
Oh well, at least we know where that is.
Yeah.
We'll need that after this.
Yep. And we'll need to figure out what to do with this because Shanna and Miranda's Dragoon attack is bugged.
Wait, their physical attack, or when they say do Moonlight or whatever?
Physical D attack.
Oh, yeah, they have special IDs.
Yeah, it sets it out of bounds.
Oh, huh. It shouldn't.
It sets it to IDs that lie outside of the spells table, and I did verify that against
I
retail.
huh. I do have the spell table because I remembered when I made that Shanna attack multiple times, I had to use her ID for Dragoon attack
What ID
to
was
shoot
that?
multiple arrows. Um, I am trying to find it.
It's possible that there is a valid ID, and then at some point it also gets set to an invalid ID.
um, 50 for Shanna.
Yeah, so that's well within bounds, so it must get set to an invalid ID at some point after that.
Yeah. And then 56 for the character I do not know the name of.
Who the hell are you talking about? Okay. I'm actually kind of losing steam here. It's getting pretty late. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. So, I think maybe we'll leave it at that for now. We did get multiple events and new features added, so that's pretty great.
Thank you, Corey.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I'd just like to thank my Ko-fi supporters, and I hope that everyone tunes in to the playthrough stream on Friday. It's at 9 o'clock my time, which is 1 hour after the stream started.
Chapter 4.
Yep, we're getting pretty late into the game, which unfortunately means that I'm going to have to pull myself away from the modding API and get back to actually finishing the story code. Alright everyone, we will hopefully see you next